What's good, boy dudes and boy dudettes? And today we have got Pinocchio, another Disney movie review. And it was a Disney animated film made in 1940, and it's based on the Italian children's novel Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. It was the second animated feature film in the Disney canon after the huge success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And Pinocchio involves an old wood carver named Geppetto who carves a wooden puppet named Pinocchio. The puppet is then brought to life by a blue fairy who informs him that he can become a real boy if he proves to be both brave, honest, truthful, and unselfish. Pinocchio's efforts to become a real boy involves a series of counters, including a host of unsavory characters. And the film was adapted by Olarius Battaglia, William Cotterill, Otto Glander, Irid Penna, Joseph Sabu, and Ted Sears, and Webb Smith from Collodi's book. The production was then supervised by Ben Sharpstein and Hamilton Lusky, and the film's film sequences were directed by Norman Ferguson, Teehee, Wilfred Jackson, Jack Kenny, and Bill Roberts. Pinocchio was a groundbreaking achievement in the area of effects animation, giving realistic movements to vehicles, machinery, and natural elements such as rain, lightning, smoke, shadow, and water. The film was then released to RKO Radio Pictures on February the 7th in the 40s. And critical analysis of Pinocchio identifies it as a simple tale that teaches children of the beliefs of hard work and middle class values. Although it became the first animated film to win a competitive Academy Award, winning two for Best Music Original Score and for Best Music Original Score for When You Wish Upon a Star, it was initially a box office disaster. It eventually made a profit in its 1945 reissue and is considered one of the greatest Disney films ever made, with a 100% rating of Rotten Tomatoes. And obviously, people have praised it to death, and a live action adaptation is sadly in development. And this film was pretty groundbreaking in the animation, as I said before, and that's just a great thing about this movie. And let's go to positives, and the positives is, I have to admit, the animation. I love that look of it. Personally, I think Pinocchio is a better looking animated film compared to Snow White. And it's more due to the character designs and the movement. Each character has their own unique style and way of movement. They all just have this they all have a charm to it, and I love each and every one of them. Pinocchio's just this cute kid, he's just this cute, good for nothing kid who's just so gullible and believes everything anyone says to him, which does lead him into, serious situations. And he was voiced by Dickie Jones. Jiminy Cricket is one of the best, kind of like guardian angels in any Disney film, and I just kind of like his snappy attitude, his quippiness, and he was voiced by Cliff Richard. Mr. Geppetto, he's just a kind, cuddly old man played by Christian Rudd, and he just loves this kid. When he goes missing, he makes it his freaking goal to make sure that he finds him. And every time he goes looking for him, he freaking brings his cat and his goldfish as well. And those two are also amazing. Despite them not having dialogue, the animation on them, you can tell what they're thinking and feeling. Disney were at their peak back then. Their peak when it came to the animation. They knew what they were doing, these guys. And some of the villains, like Stromboli, this large, sinister, bombastic Italian puppet maker who forces Pinocchio to perform on stage in order to make money, is he's kind of scary to look at, I have to admit. He's pretty terrifying. He's a pretty scary dude. Every time I see him, I kind of get chills. He's not a guy you do not want to mess with. There's other villains as well, like this. It's a weird film because in a film where there's a lot of humans, there's also walking, talking animals, and people are stunned by Pinocchio being a wooden boy, and you got a freaking cat just walking like it's nobody's business, and it's kind of weird, to be honest with you, in my opinion. It's a weird ass movie at times, to be honest with you, and some of the scenes are just amazing. But for me, and for a lot of Pinocchio and Disney fans, I think the scene everyone remembers, and it's the scene that everyone freaking it's the freaking Pleasure Island scene. And what can I talk about that? You see, Honest John and Gideon, that walking, talking fox and cat, which they look freaky, in like the middle-ish part of the film, meet a coachman who promises to pay them money if they can find naughty little boys to take them to Pleasure Island, and they encounter Pinocchio on his way, convincing that he needs to take a summer vacation. And when they go to Pleasure Island, he befriends Lampwick, a delinquent boy without rules or authority. And these kids, they're just nuisance. They're bad kids, you know. And they smoke, they gamble, they vandalize, and they get drunk. And for me, this was kind of, when I watched this film for the first time, which was a few years ago, I was actually kind of shocked by the fact that Disney were actually having children smoke and drink in their films. Like, you would never see that in modern Disney. You would never. The shitstorm it would get. Twitter will explode if Frozen 2 had freaking Elsa like smoking a pipe or whatnot, And honestly, this is where the scene starts to get really freaky, with like the boys turning into donkeys. And in that sense, the boys turn into donkeys. When you say it like that, it sounds kind of funny, but the execution of it, it's like something from The Sixth Sense or something from like Insidious. It's some terrifying, horrifying, just look at this scene.
You ever expect to be a real boy? What's he think I look like? A jackass?
You sure do.
Hey, you laugh like a donkey. Did that come out of me? Oh. Huh? What's going on? Oh! I've been double-crossed! Help! Help! Somebody help! I've been framed! Help! Please, you gotta help me! Be a pal! Call that beetle! Call anybody! Mama!
What the actual heck was Walt Disney on when he thought that was a good idea? I will never know. And let's find some other nice aspects of the film. And I like the music of this film. This film does have great songs like When You Wish Upon a Star. I don't know what the rest are. Wish Upon a Star and Got No Strings on Me. I think they're the only songs in the film, to be honest with you. But I Got No Strings on Me is just one great song, I mean, it's just a lovely upbeat song, to be honest with you. I always love this part of the film when he's doing the song. Got no strings. I freaking love Dickie Jones's voice in this. It's just that old-timey, whiny way of talking, singing. It's just a great song, and it is one of my favorite Disney songs in the whole film, to be honest with you. What can I say? It's just a great film, Just a great film. A great film. I have to admit, there are some mixed aspects of the film, you know. Pinocchio, I feel like, is a little too naive, you know. I know I know he's a wooden kid and he doesn't know what it's like, what the difference between right and wrong is, but he can get a little bit stupid at times, you know. No offense to him, but you know. But honestly, it's just a great film. The climax is one of the best Disney climax I've ever seen, including a whale. That's all I'm gonna say. It involves a whale and it looks gorgeous. It's like moving art, moving Picasso art. It's beautiful, it's lush, it's amazing. And with that said, I'm going to give Pinocchio a definite 8 out of 10 and I'm going to give it an A. It's a really well-made movie. Just classic, and it's actually one of the Disney films I will definitely rewatch again in the future because it's just so fun to watch and sick at the same time, you know. And thanks for watching this review. Please like and share this video, comment down below and tell me what was your favorite Disney film. Do you like Pinocchio? With that said, thank you for watching. Boydude signing out.